What's happening? What's happening? Mona Simone, ATL in the building. What's popping? Mona, I got a story to tell you. I'm going to let this sit here for everybody in the playback. I'm going to eventually move this video over to a different channel, but I'm on T-High Movie Night on YouTube for the next couple of days. Man, let me tell you something. Hi, everybody. Hello, hello. Thank you all for joining on Bigo, and thank y'all for rocking with me on YouTube. Mona, I'm just waiting for a couple more people to come in here. People are so messy. Oh my goodness. Good morning, A-Rob. What's happening? Post the link in the chat for me. Y'all, follow my channel, T.I. Movie Night on YouTube. Let me go post on my home channel. I'm here about to share this. I know that's right, girl. These people, let me tell you something. Y'all are living in the past like a mother. Y'all need to learn how to move forward and let other people move forward in a life. Not that you're stopping anyone from doing anything, sweetheart, but y'all really live in people's past. Like, y'all really talking about stuff that happened years ago. Like, you've got to get a life, baby, outside of the internet celebrities that y'all see on YouTube and the shit that y'all be concerned about that really have nothing to do with you. That is so crazy to me that y'all really sitting here trying to put two and two together for messy purposes and not succeeding. Let me go there. You're not succeeding while you trying a little bit too hard. I'm trying to understand what's the point. What were you doing? Oh, the period, united. Exactly. Child, I thought you said unlisted. I was about to say, what? Okay, yes, honey. Period. Something is wrong with these trolls. Something is wrong with these people on these platforms. Y'all, excuse my hair on Bigo because I look a hot mess. Okay, y'all make sure y'all throw me a bean or two. I appreciate it. You guys on YouTube, listen up. Period, point blank. So Mona Simone doing her conscious thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's a shame that I had to do my title like that. Just to, you know what I'm saying? I basically had to do my title like that just to get you guys to hold on, because I got somebody trying to clout chase off of me, and we're not doing that. You're gonna get out of my live. Report and get the hell up out of here. Goodbye. I ain't got time for no trolls, nobody wanting to clout chase off my name, all of that extra shit. Get up out of here, child. You benching somebody that's old as hell. That shit is old and decrepit. Don't nobody give a damn what nobody want. Get the hell up out my life. Okay. Sorry, YouTube. I got a lot going on Bigo, and Bigo have a lot going on YouTube. So let's discuss this. By the way, it's way too many cloud chasers online. Nobody's concerned about you. Nobody cares about these old ass wannabes online that's trying to chase behind me for any type of clout or whatever they think they're going to get. Child, get your ass on. Boop, boop. And nobody pays attention to you. Okay. Anyways, y'all. So, good morning, A-Rob on Bigo and on YouTube. Thank y'all. Make sure y'all continue to tap the screen. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, I just wanted to let some people jump up on. So I got 95 on Bigo. It's the middle of the night, y'all, middle of the morning. So anyway, Mona Simone is in the building. I'm gonna drop the link and let her speak. Thank you. Make sure you guys join the live, share this live, because bitches are messy. So I get a text in my DM, right? And somebody is like, I didn't even read the name. Somebody is like, oh, Mona Simone is trying to spin a narrative about staying in your house. And I'm like, what? Like, what are you talking about? First of all, me and Mona Simone don't have no beef. And when I say none, I mean absolutely none. As a matter of fact, Mona, I would like for you to apologize to Nicole Reloaded for me, your sister, because I wrongfully attacked her thinking that she had something to do with, I was misled in the DM thinking she had something to do with the two women that were stalking me. So I apologize and let her know that for me if you can. But the person like, oh yeah, thank you, Nicole Miner, I appreciate it. The person like, yeah, Mona Simone trying to spin a false narrative about you staying at her house or her staying at your house. And I'm like, what? First of all, let me just make this very clear. Let me just make this very clear. Mona Simone have never stayed with me. I was going to give Mona Simone a room in my house because at that time I had a 8-bedroom house. Okay. I didn't have anyone staying with me. I needed somebody to keep my puppy for me. And Mona Simone ended up finding her somewhere to stay. It was better for her to, to be able to transport herself back and forth to work, so on and so forth. And that's what she chose to do. Mona Simone is a grown adult woman who have every right to stay where the hell she wants to stay and call her own shots as far as where the hell she lays her head at. Like, are y'all crazy? Do y'all not realize that this happened years ago? Do y'all not realize that nobody cares? Do y'all not realize that whatever the hell mess that y'all trying to pull out, y'all want so bad? Thank you, A-Rod. Y'all want so bad. Y'all want so bad to create some turmoil and some fucking mess on YouTube so that you can bottom feed off the shit and try to make little scenarios around somebody else's shit they got going on in their life because you want a little coin or two, your little $2,000 you getting from YouTube a month, if that, because some of y'all be having struggle lives, be sitting on the live struggling for 1 and 2 viewers, trying to be in mess so that you can get all the unstable, messy, low vibration, bottom feeding ass YouTube watchers to come to your channel and give your ass a click of view and a perhaps a like or dislike for messy purposes. And guess what? People are not on real women, real women, real content creators. We're not doing that type of shit. We don't need to sit online and disparage each other and I got smoke with this person and that person. That's not real content. Real content creators that are concerned about longevity and concerned about shit that actually matters don't sit up and entertain dumb shit like that. What's up, Ratchet, today on Bigo? You know what I'm saying? We don't need to entertain bum shit in order to get a click, a view, and a like. Do y'all understand that? That's the difference between a real content creator and what the hell y'all got going on. You know what I'm saying? I still got somebody jumping my live right now talking about this person says she won't smoke. Who cares? Let her go get all the smoke she wants. I don't give a fuck. I don't need to engage in bullshit like that for content. That is
Girl, hear me?
feeding. Hold on, Mono. Give me 1 second. That is a low bottom feeding, low vibration, unstable, no longevity ass way to go about building content. I don't need to do that in order to make my coin. Go ahead, Mona. And welcome to my platform, sweet lady.
Hey, babes. Hey, Talk's been so long.
It
Actually, ain't been that
has.
long. When I just seen your live like the other week.
Yes, girl.
So
But we ain't talked though.
I know it's crazy, but I was just amen, and I ain't gonna take over. I'm gonna just sit back and let you talk, and then whenever you want me to tell you about what happened and what I said, I'll tell you.
No, I want you to go ahead. I'm here for it,
Okay,
girl.
so yesterday in Pizarro Live, somebody came up with some old stale ass gossip, talking about you used to live in Toxic house or something like that. And I said, what? I said, no. I said, me and Toxic never lived together. I said, what happened was she had this really big house in Atlanta that she wasn't staying in because she was staying across the country. And I ain't tell them well because I remember where I was. And, people like to dox
Mm-hmm.
people. So I was like, she had this really big house and she needed somebody to stay in it. And I said I was going to stay in it. But then, remember I was kind of going through that transition. I end up moving into the loft.
You're right.
And I said, but I end up moving into the loft, and that was that. I said, we've never lived together. We haven't met each other in person yet. And that's it. And I said, talk's cool.
Right.
And that was the gist of what I said.
Right. And it's crazy to me how, the person actually come talking about they want to interview and all that shit. Mother, let me tell y'all something. People on these streaming apps, they want so badly for some mess to be going on so that they can
Hmm.
be so that they can try to insert themselves in the middle of it. And I heard her say, and then she said, and he said, and she said, and he said, those people are trash. Like
What
I
kills
literally
me is
had
that.
somebody on my Bigo doing that. This person said they girl, get your dumb ass on.
Right. What kills me is they'll straight up lie to people. Like they'll come to somebody and be like, Mona, hey, Yuzi. They'll be like, Mona was talking bad about you. Mona said this
Right.
and be lying. I've seen people go and lie on somebody else just to start drama. It's crazy.
A straight
But
talking.
I decided I'm not, after my whole from 2017 to 2019 was fighting on this internet. I felt like Oprah Winfrey in The Color Purple. I done all my life I had to fight. And I'm
Right.
tired. I'm not doing that no more. If last night I had to leave Pizarro Live and it down there broke my heart because I really enjoy hanging out with Pizarro. She funny. It'd be funny in us sometimes. And we was gonna talk about some, my recent shenanigans on the internet.
Mhm.
And it was just people that just couldn't get it together. All they wanted to do was argue, spin a narrative. They didn't want to hear anything anybody say. They just wanted to tear people down. I don't want to act like I'm all that because I've certainly been there, but I'm so
Right.
over that. If we can't uplift each other, then we should just get the fuck out of each other's face. Like that shit is getting
Exactly.
old.
I can't understand. That's what I'm saying. That shit's so old. I can't even understand adults that continue to engage in that type of behavior. It's
Hmm.
just so bizarre and just so crazy to me that people are still living in that type of environment in their head with all the shit that's going on. Like right now in Ukraine, we sitting up rooting for Ukraine, caring about people in Ukraine, and they not letting black people escape Ukraine. They like, wait, we got to let the Ukrainians go before we let these black students go back to their parents. They're not letting little babies, brand new ass little babies, across the border to escape this war. And so, because they're black, like, and it be
That's
the black
crazy.
people online doing this dumb shit. And it's like, at what point do y'all grow up and grow out of the bum shit?
Right.
Some people will never grow up. That's how I was explaining on my live. Some people can be 40 and 50 years old and have the mental capacity of a toddler.
Right.
Like no kind of growth.
I
I'm
mean, it's
glad
just
that y'all getting
absolutely
along.
crazy.
I just want to say good morning, Toxin to the T Hive and Grand Rising, Mona Simone, ATL. I'm so glad that um I was able to make sure to stop some drama from occurring. I
Yeah,
just
I
feel like
appreciate you.
the people is messy. It's 5 in the morning where we are, and then it's
Hmm.
2 in the morning where Tox is at. I mean, it's too late for this type of drama and mess. And literally, all you did over there, because I was in and out, and I was definitely there when you mentioned this and they asked you this question, and y'all literally both gave the same account of the same story. So look how messy y'all are on YouTube.
Hmm.
And that
Messy.
was a great thing, Yusuf, that you were able to, I'm so glad that you were there because I was thrown aback, honey. When I tell you I was thrown back, I was like, what? I
Talks. Why
was really,
people keep trying to get us to fight? They tried to do that before.
I don't
It's like,
understand it. It's
ugh.
ridiculous.
You see
I
how
was,
important it is to stick together, though? At least we got a united front. At least we got a channel of command to where we can at least contact one another and be
Yeah,
like,
right,
yo, did you hear this? Yo, did you see that? And, be able to, we got to stick together, especially as black people and as content creators, black content creators. We cannot let this mess, even if we indulge in it for our bag, we're not letting this interfere with our personal relationships. We all up here on this panel love and support one another. And that is the bottom
absolutely.
line. And so do our fan bases. They all support each other and get along like cousins, period.
Absolutely.
right, exactly.
They're
Exactly.
messy.
See,
Mhm.
what it was is, I've been away for about 2 years. And I've been hearing rumblings, Mona gone, her channel ruined. We destroyed Mona Simone channel. So when I come back and first video, my name ringing bells, everybody talking about it, even though, I was up to some shenanigans. The numbers are, they all right to come back after 2 years and damn near kill your algorithm. And people seeing those numbers because Dory asked me last night, she was like, Mona, why you think they're attacking you? They hate on you so bad. I said, girl, it ain't about me. I said, you see them numbers? They know the growth potential. They want to be counted in that number. They want people to
Exactly.
talk about them by way of me. So I don't even take it
And attach
personal
it
no
to your
more.
name.
Exactly. Now everybody
Hmm.
want to argue with me. I ain't got time. I'm all argued out. I'm peace and love over here. You can meet me in Atlanta if you feel that strongly about anything.
Right.
Meet me in person. I'm down to talk.
I know that's right. That's
Hmm.
how I feel. I don't have time for internet games, internet beefs. I'm not in the beef sector. I always make sure I completely let people know that I am not a part of the beef sector. I
Yeah.
do not
None of
engage
us
in that type
are.
of shit. Right.
Mhm.
None of the creators that I deal with are a part of the beef sector. I've tried that to deal with those bloggers. They all seem to have some type of mental issue going on, and I don't have time. My brain doesn't work. You know what I'm saying, with that low vibration energy. I don't deal with that type of shit. I don't live my
Mhm.
life like that. I'm not about to start entertaining demonic shit at all. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So it's just it is what it is. I'm in a different place. Everybody knows I don't drink
Good.
anymore. I don't smoke weed.
Girl, congratulations.
Thank
And
you.
even
I
so,
don't even
yeah.
smoke cigarettes no more.
Girl, shut up.
Yes, honey, I quit
Yeah,
everything.
good.
Thank you. And I have been working very much so on my mental health and my character and my reactions, my judgments. I'm going to I've gone to several anger management classes. I don't get as mad as I used to. I don't let shit work me
Hmm.
up. You know what I'm saying? I don't do
Mhm.
all that shit. And I definitely have gotten a lot better than I ever was. And I'll be damned if I let any bitch take me any steps backwards with a mess. And that goes for people coming in my DM. And if you know me and you know me well, then you know not to jump in my DM with that bullshit, or I'm gonna get that ass.
Hmm.
That's that's one thing about me. Don't nobody bring me what? No bad news. Okay. Period. And you know, Mona, I wanted
Don't
to
you hate them people who constantly bring you negative information, trying to boost you up to get mad and cuss people out and
right. You
it,
want my spirit to be disturbed.
right.
And you know, Mona, this is what I wanted to say to you.
Hmm.
You know, I saw some stuff. I saw some comments that people were making to you.
Hmm.
And I was, my heart breaks for you every time because you know me and you, my
I
girl.
know. Yeah. Thank you.
And when I saw some of the stuff that they were saying, I mean, it was just so shocking. I got to commend you on how strong you are,
Thank you.
and yeah, and just resilient because these people are absolutely crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I
You
ain't
know
have
what I'm
a choice but to be, you know what I'm saying, to be strong about it. Now, it don't fit. There was a time when I was in a lot of pain physically, emotionally. You remember that time when I was going through it.
saying?
Nobody, hardly nobody there. Yusuf was around that time too. And I was hurting and I couldn't understand why everybody was attacking me. Every time I meditate, I'm asking the heavens like, why me? Why me? Why me? And then somebody asked me the other day, they was like, what do you regret about all that? And I'm like, I can't even take it away because it made me so strong. And the growth that I've had in these last 2 years, I don't think I ever would have had a growth that fast had I not gone through that. But the sad part is the same people that was saying the comments back then, I've grown. They haven't. They're still in the same place. And I'm gonna say this
Right.
this one thing because I wanted to make a point to say this, especially with Yusuf up here. Last night, Yusuf, when I got off Pizarro Live, I
Mhm.
had a thought that fucked my head up. I don't know if I can cuss on your channel talks, but
Yeah, I cuss all the
okay.
time. Cuss away.
It
After we
fucked
just
my
finished.
head up so bad. It's the first time I ever actually actively had this thought. It like to take it upon action, and I felt so bad when I got off the live that I teared up. But the thought came to me. I was like, see, this is why some black people leave the hood and they'll never come back.
Exactly.
And people be like, oh, they bougie, they this and they that. But the minute we
No, I
get a
just want to get the
little
fuck away from your low
right,
vibration.
a little education, we doing a little good, and we want to reach our hand out and bring our people with us, they cutting our hand with razor blades. You think you all that? You girl,
Yep, just Nipsey Hustle.
right? Just trying to stay
Nipsey
and help his
Hustle.
people.
Mm-hmm. And that's why nowadays it's like you on your own. You know what I'm saying? You just on your fucking own. It's like you want to help these people. Cause like this just recently happened. I try to help this one content creator. She's in the beef sector. and she sliced my hand. It's like I can't help you. You make me regret helping you.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
then
And it's
can I just
fucking
say
sad.
that we can I just say that we speak for ourselves and we think for ourselves. See, people get it twisted because they see us as YouTube content creators and black media. They see us as speaking as a voice for the voiceless, and they see us as like a speaking up. And so, but the thing is, see, we think for ourselves too. That's what y'all need to realize. You know, yeah, we think for you out of a labor of love for our people and for society and social cues. But at the end of the day, we are working on ourselves. We're working on our own lives. We're working on our own relationships, and we're working on our own brands and businesses and footprints and legacies. So don't ever get it twisted and think that any of you can come in between any of us. If we fall out for
Hmm.
any reason, we fall out on our own. If y'all want to bring us
Right.
some mess, y'all can bring us some mess. But that don't mean that we got to eat it up. That don't mean that we got to go back and forth dragging each other and fall off of our track and fall off of our algorithms and fall off of our focus and intended goal and target audience because
Right.
y'all want to have some drama. Y'all can go ahead and fight
Right.
amongst yourselves and we will wallow when we want to.
Right.
Period.
Because you
Right, cause
guys
we
are like
humans, so we
withering
might have to
daisies.
check a motherfucker, but ain't nobody trying to be on that everyday drama or argue. That shit is
Right.
exhausting.
We got
And it's
content
like,
to
and
do.
it don't, you know what trips me out? They don't make no good money from it. You don't make no good
Mm-mm.
money.
It's
Mm-mm.
Y'all got the same messy people jumping from channel to channel each time.
the same
Losing
couch and
channels.
food.
And if you
Right.
notice, if they was making any type of money worth it, you notice the people that's been doing beef and content since the beef sector started in like 2017, 18.
Hmm.
They still in the same houses. They still wearing the same dusty wigs. They
Right.
still looking
In
the
the
same.
same
You
drama.
don't see no improvement. They ain't got
Nothing.
no new spouses or partners in their life. Just
Hmm.
just downhill or stagnant like a mug. And you wonder but make it so bad. And Yusuf and Tox, I think y'all might feel the same way. Some of these people actually have talent to do something else, not that, but they're not
Right.
using their talent because that's a slow grow.
It's
And
a
whenever you're trying to grow on social media, some people want to find a quick way to the top. That's not a way to the top. That's a boost and a drop lower than what you was.
Period.
You got to
Listen,
be
I sat on my
consistent.
channel one day and I cried. I sat on my YouTube channel on Talks Talks and I cried about how wonderful Black people were. And I was like, I was talking to these people, but I was talking in general. And I was, thank you, Michi. And I was just saying, how wonderful that Black people were, and how I can see so much talent and so much good in us that we don't fucking use.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? That we're not using it.
Yeah,
Thank
crazy.
you, Michi.
Hey Michi. Hey everybody. But
Yeah,
this is serious though. We just want to just talk this out and we only did it live because I'm glad that y'all got a chance to talk. Mona, I'm glad you woke up because I know you was asleep. But this was not worth y'all about to have no drama about. I would have been so disappointed that
right.
y'all believed the bullshit or
Oh,
that
Yeah.
thank
y'all fell
you.
out for some bull. I would have been so hurt.
Yeah, no. I
Right.
definitely wanted, like, if Tox would have been a little bit upset, I definitely would have told. I'd have been like, nah, that ain't what happened, sis. Because I know how the internet shit be. But like, and I'm
Listen
so
to
proud of her, because boy, Tox is a force to be reckoned with now.
We came a long way
them.
though.
She is not one to play with.
Listen, I have changed.
She
I have
said she been
changed
drinking water and
drastically.
minding her business. I am so proud.
Me
Thank
too.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I have changed very much so drastically, and I don't listen. I will still cuss a motherfucker out. Don't get me wrong. I
Mm-hmm.
still will go in on somebody's ass. But as far as just beefing over shit that can be talked out,
Right.
beefing for content, beef any of that shit, and being low vibration, it's just not. I just
Right.
don't do it. It's just not in me. It's as simple as me stopping smoking cigarettes. Just don't do it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But
I'm
here's the
Just
talking
don't
about
thing,
do it.
okay as I
talking
smoke a
about it,
cigarette right now, but I'm gonna get to where you at one day.
I
I'm
am.
just not ready yet.
Even just talking about it,
You'll get there if you really want to.
I
Even
know.
just
Yeah.
talking about it, it's okay because it's like even sorting out issues and conflict resolution. That's the part of the be
Hold
simple
on. You
about
so
things.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Why the f you
Right,
look so
Minky.
damn handsome at 5:30 in the morning?
Child, he got a. Well, let me see. Let
How
me see
you
you.
do
What
that?
you got on?
What kind of
Look at him.
ancestral
He,
magic
cause
you
you
got?
know
Look
he
at
gonna get dressed
that.
for his videos, child.
Why is you so fine at 5:30 in the morning?
I don't know. I'm actually tired. I feel like I got bags because I see myself.
Skin looking clear. You been drinking water too, huh?
Oh
He
yeah.
been drinking watermelon.
Okay. Boy.
Oh my goodness. But yeah,
But
I'm
y'all
glad
are
we got the
beautiful too.
chance.
Thank you.
Every
Cause
time I
honey,
see y'all, I get so inspired. You know, it's about
Oh,
because y'all got to talk. You know what I'm saying? We can't sit here and be silent and we can't feed into the bullshit. We gotta stay focused. You know what I mean? And
right. Yeah.
absolutely.
it is like it's so many things that try to throw us off our path. And I know it ain't nothing but the devil.
Yeah, and see,
Right.
me and Tox been good. Like when that whole situation happened, I ain't gonna talk about it too deeply. When all my moderators switched out on me and tried to stab me in the back, because I was about to get rid of them anyway, because I found out they was up to some shady stuff. But I
Mhm.
was dealing with my back surgery, and I was gonna do it after. So when they caught wind that they their days were numbered, the out when I had my little setback and tried to get off the earth. That the thing was to try to ruin me, to try and ruin all of my friendships, to try and ruin all of my the following that I had, the people that believed in me. They literally, everything about my life they say is a lie. My education, my name, everything. They even said my kids weren't my kids. Like that's the length these people go through. And I just had to wake up because I used to do a lot of defending myself. And every time somebody would ask me about it, I'd gladly explain all over again. No, I didn't create a hoax. I've been suffering from
Right.
depression
I
since
wanted
I
you to
was
talk about
12.
that a little bit because I was watching some of the comments. See, and
Hmm.
see, Mona, here's my thing. Like I said,
Hmm.
people don't like to let people move on from their past. Can you
Right.
please address the whole Mona Simone made up that she, blanked herself,
Right.
killed herself. Please, because these people, let me tell you something. First of all, that was years ago. If you ain't got over it by now, then you gonna have to build a bridge and get over it, babe.
She's
Hmm.
alive and well.
Yeah. Well, let
Doing
me tell.
well. And that's what you should be
Mhm.
focused on is that she's thriving, she's alive, and she's happy. Go on, Mona.
Yeah, well, let me tell you about it. I don't mind sharing a story because I believe it's helpful. It's just sometimes I try not to beat a dead horse because people be like, Mona, you bringing it up. But I'm like, it's a part of my life. God
And
dog
don't
it.
get
I
triggered
just,
Right.
either.
no, no, no. I don't get triggered by it no more. What happened was, long story short, is I was pulled over to the internet by Tasha K in like 2018. She saw me in T.S. Madison's audience, and for some reason she took a liking to me and decided she wanted to make
Right.
fun of me online. So that happened. I tried to ignore that, and she was making videos. Then we bumped heads again a little bit too quickly because she wanted to Star Marie interview, and I already had grabbed Star Marie up for my Facebook group because I was on Facebook. I wasn't a YouTube content creator. I was what you call like a YouTube intellectual on Facebook. So I had a little
Oh, wait.
group.
You was going to get the interview with Star Marie before Tasha K?
I actually did get the interview with
Yes.
Star
Oh,
Marie before Tasha K.
wow.
And
Thank
what
you,
pissed Tasha
A-Rod.
K off was because I've been doing
Thank you,
social media
Pitbull.
for like 2 decades, and I told Star Marie that while you're interviewing with me, I need full focus basically. So she was like, I'm gonna tell everybody else I don't want to interview with them because I'm interviewing with Mona Simone. Tasha didn't like that very much, so she started going off online. Now eventually Tasha got the interview too, but with Star Marie going back and forth deciding who had the biggest clout, when she did my interview first, she was kind of dry and acting uninterested, like she tried to sabotage the interview. I put that interview out anyway, but I also put out like the interview, the prequel. You know how you talk to them on the phone, you
Yeah.
interview them a little bit, see where they headed. And even though I was interviewing her about colorism in the music industry, not necessarily Cardi B. And she wanted to sit up there and talk about Cardi B and all details and this and that. And I'm just not like that. Like you're not finna sit down with me and talk about no other woman's, you know, private things underneath her skirt. That's
Right.
not
Like,
what I
who
do.
cares?
Right, right. And so so that popped off. And then so after, Tasha K decided that it was war with me, all of her winos and wino content creators started making videos attacking me. I was a little bit too open online. I shared that I had gotten into a car accident. I needed back surgery. Eventually, I lost sensation in my leg and I needed a power chair temporarily. Never got it, but needed a power chair temporarily. They made fun of that. Anything in my life that they thought was different, abnormal, or whatever, they made fun of, and they constantly made videos. Now that didn't really bother me because I've been a pretty black girl in the hood with long hair since I was born, so I'm used to people picking on me. I got thick skin. What
Mhm.
bothered me is when they began to try to dox me, call my family, call my kids, call my dad, they've called my job, tried to get me
Do
fired.
way too much, like, and for what? You're not getting
Right.
paid for that.
Like, what did I
So
do
you
to
just
even
miserable
deserve
just on
that?
TP, right?
Right, except for exist. So keep in mind, I needed back surgery. I eventually had the back surgery. I'm a herbalist, so I opted not to take the pharmaceuticals to heal from the back surgery. Dumbest move ever. I will never do that again. If I have back surgery again, I'm definitely taking the morphine. I'm taking it, god dog it, because I'm around there trying to smoke pot after I done had back surgery on two slip disc in my lumbar spine, and that hurt. So
Yeah.
at the time I was going through what you call like a setback, like after you have a baby and then you're in a lot of pain. So I'm in a
Mhm.
lot of pain because it's worse than what it should be because I'm not properly taking care of the pain and using preventative measures. And then I was already had been out of work. I get a call the day before my surgery, and my job is like not my job, but the insurance part, the short term disability. They're like, "Well, we're going to deny the claim." I'm like, "I literally have back surgery tomorrow." Like, how are you denying the claim? Denying the claim means I don't get paid. That means my health insurance doesn't get paid for. That means at the time with me and my wife, we're down to one income. Now she has to pay all the bills and there's no way she can keep up with the health insurance too. It was like $800 a month without the job discount. So it's the
Right.
finances. I had some issues, some personal issues that I don't really want to talk about. And I had fallen into a depression that I didn't realize that I was in, because depression will set on slow, and sometimes you don't know it till you have that crack. But
Right.
looking back, I could definitely see where was depressed early on, especially when I was coming online cussing people out so easily, because misery loves to project. It loves to make other people miserable. So if I'm miserable and you start cursing at me, oh, I love it. I want to curse back at you. I want to divert the attention from my misery and make it seem like something else so we can get in this big old argument and I can ignore the pain. Honestly, it
Yeah.
feels good to cuss a motherfucker out, but is it healthy?
Not at
Not all
all.
the time.
That
So,
energy in your body, being aggressive and being mean, that actually is stress on your heart. It's not a good
yes.
energy to put in your body.
Yes. And then recently talk something else I didn't know. I just got out of the hospital on Thursday. I've always been borderline anemic. Kind of find out I've been losing blood over the last couple of years and I had
Hmm.
blacked out. Nothing too serious. I blacked out and came back too. Kind of find out my hemoglobin had dropped to a 4. So it's quite possibly that I either had low iron at the time affecting me mentally and didn't even know it.
Wow,
So
I'm anemic myself, so I
yeah,
know
I had to have
exactly what
three
you're
blood
talking about.
infusions and an iron infusion. Now I gotta get weekly iron infusions. Not well, a few times a week iron infusions. So one night, and it well no, it wasn't one night. So I'm gonna be honest, but let me preface it with this. And when I was 12 years old, I attempted to
Thank
end my
you.
life after a stressful day at school, and I was in gifted classes and a lot of homework and a test that I thought that I got a B on. Don't laugh at me. I thought I got a B. I was a straight A student. And I was just so stressed out. And and it wasn't just that, but by the time I got home, I wanted to not no longer be on earth. So I got home, I was by myself. I tried to leave Earth, and the neighbors, they saved me. They heard the commotion and the screaming and crying, and they saved me. And I had black parents, and I was in the hood, so not
Yep.
all of
But
us
you
got
did
follow up
try to.
psychological treatment. Like they'll do the emergency thing, so they look like the good parent, but they believe in praying it away. So it wasn't no follow up treatment. But I was diagnosed at 12 as having major depressive disorder, suicidal ideations, and homicidal ideations. My
Oh,
grandmother took me back to the doctor when I was like 14, and they say, well, she may be depressed, but she has Asperger's high functioning. And that's probably why she's having so much difficulty relating, understanding. And her response is to hurt herself. Because I was a cutter too. Her response is either to hurt herself or lash out whenever when she's having a hard time. Because I used to have a hard time understanding people. Like, people were so weird to me. They'll say one thing, but seemed like they meant another thing, and it was so confusing. And that's why I just
right.
started staying away from people. I became like a severe loner. I used to sit in a cemetery by myself for hours. But
Mm,
so that's the backstory. Diagnosed a long time ago. So this ain't nothing new. Several times over my life, I've wanted to leave Earth, and I've tried, or I've either tried or realized that I needed to call for help before I tried. And the
right.
last time I had tried, I was in my 20s. So I thought I was good. Everybody in my family thought I was good. Thought I had done grew out of it and everything. So imagine my family's surprise when they getting a call from my wife at the time, telling them Mona's in a hospital and trying to tell them what happened. There were several times in the month of March that I tried to end my life. And I was trying to do it discreetly, but when you have a partner that lives in the house, they're gonna find out. And so there was this battle of let me go, and her telling me, no, I'm not gonna let you do this, you know what I'm saying, but trying to
Mhm.
respect my wishes and not blow it out of proportion and make me go to the hospital. And then that last night, it was actually when Nipsey Hussle died, and it was March 31st. I'll never forget it. I remember, and I was a Nipsey Hussle fan like everybody else, but
Mhm.
I remember hearing that he died and actually feeling envious and wishing it was me. And I went into the bathroom,
Wow.
and I had promised Michelle that I wouldn't do it again, that I was going to let it go, that I was going to get back in therapy, this and that. And I went into the bathroom and I saw the heart medication. Before I knew it, I just opened the bottle and took all the pills. And it was probably like maybe 10, 14 pills that I took. And y'all know with the Joxin and stuff like that, it'll slow your heart down, your heart to stop. Well, lucky for me, the pills were old as hell. so so
Oh,
they
thank
weren't as
God.
effective, but they did affect me. And by the time Michelle found out and got me to the hospital, I passed out at the hospital. My heart rate dropped really low. So I'm like coding. And that's so when I say that I died, I may be a bit dramatic, but I actually was coding because my heart was about to just go. But they were able to save me and all that. Now during the process, I have a DNR on file because I don't ever want to live as a vegetable. I don't want my family to be confused as to whether to let me go or not or feel guilty. So I feel like if I'm pretty much up out of here, no brain function, just go ahead and let me go. So I have the DNR on file. But and everybody on the internet got medical degrees or they've been in the hospital. They was like, if you had a DNR on file, they wouldn't have resuscitated you. That's not true. You can actually Google people with lawsuits because they got resuscitated. The hospital's main mandate or initiative is to save your life. They don't have time to look for a DNR when you are coding. They have to
Right.
save you. They can't say, wait a minute, let's make sure she wants this. I could die by then. So they saved me and I was grateful. I'm not going to sue because I'm actually grateful that they did that. And I revised my DNR because I had a straight up just if I'm dying, let me go back up, And
Right.
now it's more so if I'm brain dead or, severe trauma, then let me go. So when the nurse came out, I guess she was giving, and I wasn't here. I'm telling you like hindsight what I knew.
Mhm.
So the nurse came out and gave Michelle an update, like, your wife coded again once we got her in the back. Da da da. Michelle turned out, nobody really knows Michelle, but she's quiet. When she gets overwhelmed, her first thought is to leave the thing that's stimulating the overwhelming. So I don't think she listened to everything the lady got to say. I don't think the lady completed her sentence. I think Michelle, and like Michelle said, she said when she told me that, I turned and walked away because I knew you had a DNR on file and I was about to cry. She said she went and sat in the car and she called my dad. She called my mom. She's calling my family. She's calling her family because me and Michelle has been together since our 20s. So we basically grew up together. So our family look at us like they little daughters. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So she's calling my family her family, and we both come from two very large families, and this is important. So as she's calling, they're calling each other. Now they're calling her because we're all the way in Atlanta, and we're originally from Florida, and all of them are in Florida, so they don't know whether to get on the road. They upset. They had heard about the internet stuff, and Michelle was pretty much believing it was mostly the internet stuff that was getting on me.
Thank you, A-Rod.
I would never fully accept that it
Mm,
was all internet stuff. And it wasn't, because I had personal stuff going on in life. But so that's what was going on. So Michelle put on her Facebook, she's not a content creator. She has about 200 to 300 people on her Facebook. They're all
mm.
family and friends, including our grandparents, mom, dad, children, all of that. That yes, Mona's in the hospital. Basically, she vented a little bit. I don't remember reading it, but basically, she was good to this world. The yah some shit. I'm saying, some good shit about me. Well, some nosy ass YouTube content creators were following Michelle. Nobody ever invited them to follow Michelle, but they were. It's social media.
Right. Of
And
course, because they overdo everything and feel like that shit is normal.
right,
And
weirdo.
it's very abnormal.
Right, not even a weirdo in a good way. So they run to YouTube and they start recording videos. Something's going on with Mona Simone, because my name was a name that pays and still is and still will be. But they run to YouTube and they're recording videos with my name in the title. Something going on with Mona Simone. Michelle put something up. This better not be fake. This better. Wait a minute. Is it April 1st? Not even thinking critically to remember that I'm the heathen. I don't even celebrate. I didn't even think that it was fucking April 1st. I forgot all about April 1st.
Right.
It
Oh,
Nipsey Hussle.
yeah. Because it
I
was around April Fool's Day. Yeah, I
Yeah, but
remember
see,
that.
they thought that it happened on April 1st, but it actually happened on March 31st. It just, the next day always comes. You can't stop the next day from coming. So
Right.
by the time I'm in the hospital good, the next day is here and it's April 1st, but this actually happened on March 31st when I took the pills. So or through that night. So they're doing all this talking. Keep in mind, I'm in the hospital. I wake up, they got me strapped to the bed. They taking shoelaces out my shoes. I know what time it is, because trust me, I'm not a newbie to the psychiatric facility. I'm not a newbie to the straight jacket. I've been going through this since I was 12 years old. Even though I
Mhm.
haven't had to go through this in like 10, 15 years, I know what time it is. So my first initial thought is, Mona, get it together. Try to talk yourself up out of this. So the nurse come in to talk to me. I'm trying to tell her that no, it was an accident. She's like, no, Mona, we saw how much you had in your stomach and how much is in your blood. There's no way that was an accident. It wasn't one or two pills. It was like half a bottle. And so I'm trying to talk my way up out of it. And she's like, well, we're gonna have to send you to the psych facility for evaluation. I hate going to the psych facility. It's not because of the people. It's not because of the place. It's because it's always effing cold in there, and I'm anemic, and there's
Yeah.
no way to escape. I hate that place. It's torture. So that happened. So they had my phone, or Michelle had my phone, but they started taking my stuff, and it took me. Remember, I got my insurance canceled, so I didn't have insurance, so I couldn't go to the little posh, thing down in Atlanta for, when housewives have their little moments of hysteria. They had to try and find me somewhere to go that would accept me without insurance. And I actually went to a great place, and I can't remember the name right now, but it was actually pretty decent. And they took me, and I guess they had some type of government grant or whatever, and they didn't charge me a dime, and they took great care of me. They tried to keep me a little bit too long, because when I got in there, the doctor was already up on game, and it was like, look, she got psych degrees. She know how to talk her way out of here, but this what happened, and this is her history. So I was talking all the way straight to that doctor. I was like, oh no, I'm fine. I don't have any, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I had a moment. I quickly realized how foolish that was. Girl, he was not going for it. You know how they supposed to keep you 48 hours and let you go when you good? I was
Yeah.
there for like 7 days, 7 or 8 days, about to
Oh,
start
wow.
writing letters to the governor. Like, I was mad. I couldn't get out. I had caught wind that by this time I'm trending on YouTube. I'm trending on Twitter. People saying it's a hoax. And for the life of me, what I couldn't understand, being a critical thinker, how are these people saying that we're creating a hoax when, one, I didn't tell the public anything about my situation, my depression or what I was feeling. I never
Mhm.
came to anybody and said, have sympathy for me. I want to be off earth. Michelle
Right.
never came to the public. She turned to our family. She never came to the public and said, there was an update on my YouTube channel after the fact, like after everybody saw, and I guess some brains started reaching out to her. So there was an update, like a copy of the post, I think, that went on the YouTube community wall. But other than that, nobody was updating no social media. That time is not a time for social media when your wife is dying. We don't have an internet relationship. We damn near grew up together. She's trying to get in touch with family. She's in Atlanta by herself and she possibly just lost her spouse. Can you imagine how traumatic that was for her? So that's basically what happened, and people created the hoax. They spun the narrative themselves, and then they tried to put it all on me as if I did it when I never said a thing about it. I never said anything until I got out the hospital and saw what they were trying to do to my name. That's when I addressed it. And I've always told the truth. I've always kept the same story. Yes, it did actually happen. I have a history of mental struggles, but I had been doing good for a long number of years. And I'm
Mhm.
going to get treatment. And I did that. I was in treatment for 2 years. I even took medication. I went to all the classes, all that. I got myself together. I'm good money now. You know what I mean?
Right.
But since then, people still have it in their head that I created some hoax, like as if I came on a video and said, "Look, y'all, I'm gonna leave Earth." None of that ever happened. And if you think that Michelle is so sick-minded that she's gonna play a joke on our elderly
Thank you.
grandmothers that probably could have a heart attack, family members, children, all of them, you got
Right.
to be out your mind. That's insane. Log out sometimes. We're not doing
Right.
we don't do stunts on the internet. We weren't even pranksters. We didn't do nothing of the sorts. I'm an urban intellectual. I came up and talked about things like polyamorous love and polygamy and psychology and spirituality. I wasn't playing pranks with y'all. So, and in between having to fight back because people was constantly trying to fight me. So that's what happened. It was another piece of the long let's destroy Mona, because here's this black girl that succeeded. She came up out the ghetto because I was born in the projects with a thin sheet, sleeping on a hard ass mattress. I came from the gutter. And I
Mm.
was always told that you'll never go to college. We don't go to college, in so many words. And I went
Yeah.
to school and got 7 degrees. And I'm not saying that to brag, because anybody can get a goddamn degree.
Girl, you
But
better
I'm just
brag
saying,
7 degrees, child.
look, that's what I wanted. So I went and got it. And I assume everybody else in life did what they wanted. You ain't got to want what I got. I don't think that I'm better than anybody because I have it. I think the true sign of intelligence is the ability to think critically, which that certain sector on YouTube is severely lacking. I had this girl actually tell me, with the video that I just uploaded, I don't know if you caught it, with the phone call, I put in the description box, all parties have agreed to release of the phone call, which was true, because I didn't
Mm.
want anybody to think I was doing it maliciously or out of beef or whatever. People didn't read the description box, thought it was beef, acted accordingly, came up with all these assumptions, and then got mad at me because I put the description in the description box and the title on the title line, and they thought that I should have put the description in the title line for them because they're remedial. I
Right.
should
It's
I should have put it up
ridiculous.
there, like how we make adjustments for people with handicaps and disabilities.
Right.
So I should get a stupid disability and put in a title, look in the description box for the title, but all like really you're blaming me because you assumed. That's
Hmm.
crazy. And then not only that, we don't even know each other, but you're so upset that you're cursing, you're disparaging my character with ad hominem attacks. For what? Like, what's really the problem? What's really going on here? So I tried to talk about after last night. I felt myself getting a little upset and I left. But so that's what happened with my attempt. And and this is the other important part, talk, since we're talking about it.
Hmm.
I wasn't going when I first got out. I came live. I cussed everybody out. I was mad as hell. If Talks, I would have went to jail. I'm slow to anger, but if any of those girls that was starting that lie on the internet, and the reason why is because I was already feeling guilty for what the stunt that I pulled and scared the hell out of my family, right?
Yeah.
Especially my father, because when it comes to me, he real sensitive. And when he find out that I'm going through something, he gets real emotional about it because I'm his baby girl. I'm his firstborn.
Right.
And so it hurt me to hear him talking to me on the phone, and I never hear my dad cry or break down. And to hear him talking to me and feel so bad, and like, do I need to come up there with you? Do you need to come back home? Like, I felt bad having to pull my
Okay,
so for people on the
Okay,
internet
baby.
to antagonize that and to call my parents and to call, they called my kids and sang death songs and told my kids how I should properly kill myself next time since I failed this time. My daughter's in medical school. She was in midterms and they did this to her.
You
People on
know,
the internet.
people are miserable. People let the
Mhm,
devil use them, and you
mhm.
have to just we. That's why we have to be stronger
Yes.
in the Lord, and just actually just like be able to mentally ward off demons. You know what I'm saying? Because these, I'm telling you, the devil comes on strong to these people, and instead of them saying, well, this thought ain't right, this must be demonic,
hmm
they go on to, and we lost Mona for a little second, you guys. Hopefully she comes
she
back
coming
up.
right
There
back.
she goes. They go on to allow the devil to whisper in their damn ear and follow the shit. How weak-minded are you that you can't even do shit right? You can't do the right shit. You can't be righteous for a moment. You're weak-minded.
Right. And I don't like that people don't encourage when people try to come together and uplift each other and see past their differences, and try
Hmm.
to, be the
Sorry,
best
somebody was
version.
calling.
Yeah, people not there to support y'all when y'all uplifting each other. And it's the wee hours of the morning, but don't make no mistake. If you would have been up here dragging Mona because of what you heard, everybody would have been here by now, you know. And
Exactly.
I just want to say hello to Lady Snoop TV. I see her in the building, and she
Yeah,
was
but
saying,
she's being a little bit disrespectful, Lady
"Oh, is she?
Snoop.
What'd she say?"
But
She said, "My,"
that's
she said,
mhm.
"My God, not this story again." For
It's
sympathy.
and you know what? Every time I speak
Yeah.
on it, they act like I'm the one that's keeping it going.
No.
Right,
Everywhere I
when it's the
go,
viewers,
everywhere I
clearly.
go, I'm accused of committing this hoax, and it's so disrespectful because these people say things like,
I'm glad you're alive.
my sister died from suicide. How dare you? You're literally attacking a girl that suffers from
Exactly.
those ideations. Like, how can you do that?" And
These
I
people
said
are so
something.
effing miserable, child. Like they
Yeah,
are miserable.
But
yeah.
my
It's
thing
like you should be more
is good,
sensitive to the
Mona.
topic then.
It's good to share your story because you know what? It's a real life example of what
Hmm.
people who is dealing with it to be able to go off of, and to see you going on is a part of that too. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
But
I
I
don't
felt
know.
like that was most important too to show my comeback and my recovery. That's why I took time away. I didn't want to be up here because if I had been up here during my healing process, I probably would not be healed now. If I was creating content and engaging in a mess, I would have still been. It would probably would have made me worse.
Mhm.
Right,
Probably would have made
right.
me
And I'm
worse.
so glad that you didn't choose to go that way.
Yeah.
Lady Snoop has joined us on the panel. What's going
Hello,
on?
how are you?
I'm
Hey,
good. How are you?
I'm fine. Yeah, I wasn't being disrespectful. Mona already know what it is. How long this
No,
you've been
I
hearing this
don't
story?
know what it is.
Yeah, we've heard the
Do
story a
enlighten us.
million. Yeah, I've heard the story a million and one time. So I damn sure
don't
did
be
get in the
Yeah,
chat and
insensitive.
say
and
Well,
you're
I'm
my
tired of
welcome
hearing
to
the
viewers are
not
story.
still
listen. You
Yeah,
do
I'm
have
tired
the
of hearing the
option
story.
to leave the
My
Don't be
chat,
what
but
insensitive.
if
I came
someone
in.
asks
The
me
title
about
of the
it, I'm
show was
definitely
that
gonna
the
let them
title of the
know.
show was addressing Mona
She
about
must
Lady
have
And that's
arrived
Snoop
what he's
life.
late. She
doing.
must have
So
arrived
yeah,
late.
okay,
Let's
so that's
assume that she's
at the
late
end.
so she didn't
It's,
hear
let's
talks ask me
assume,
about it.
let's
So that's what it
assume when
is.
I walked in the room, we were back on this damn suicide story. So yes, I said I'm tired of
Yeah,
hearing it.
she definitely arrived
Yes,
late.
okay.
She
Okay,
can't
hold
help
on.
it. She's
Lady
wrong
Snoop,
and
give me
wrong.
hold on. Let me just say this. Lady Snoop, it was because the I asked her that question because of the amount of people that kept bringing it up, the same way that they keep bringing up this whole thing about her about to be moving with me. They keep getting false narratives from other people. So I asked her to bring it up. But what I want to know is why, if this is something that's a part of her story, why does it make you tired to hear it? That's what I'm saying.
been hearing it for years now.
But it's been it happened to her. So why is her telling her story upsetting to you?
Nothing. No one said it upset me. I said I'm tired of hearing it. It's a
You
difference.
don't have
I
to
don't know. It don't
listen,
affect me.
beloved.
But
The beautiful
I
thing
came
about the
here. Is
internet
a
is we can
toxic
choose
masculinity
what we
channel.
listen to
I came
and we
here to
can choose what we don't listen to. You do
which
not
is
have to
absolutely
listen,
a,
beloved.
and I
And
also
every
can
time that
choose
I've
to not.
spoken on
I can
it,
also
I've
choose to
never brought
comment
it up.
if
I
I like it or
respond to
not. I
people.
also choose to
You
comment
can,
if I
but
like it or not. So don't get
you
mad
sound like
because
you're
my
allowing
opinion
it to
is that I don't
interrupt
want
your
to hear
inner
this shit.
peace.
I'm
You
tired of
sound like
hearing
you're
it.
allowing it to
Move
interrupt
on.
your inner
It
peace.
sounds
No,
like
I'm not
you
going to
need to
move
move
on.
on
You move
on
on.
something you did to yourself.
You
You do
move
need to
on.
move
And
on.
that's quite all right because people
Yes.
go through that and
People
they try
tired of
to do
hearing
that
that
to
shit.
themselves.
They
And
should
for
have been
some
told you,
people to
Mona.
hear that
Get a
someone else
new narrative.
overcame, to hear that someone else overcame,
Girl,
that is helpful
people
on
are
so
tired of
many
hearing
levels.
it.
You have
People are
no
tired of
you
hearing
have
it.
no
Not
idea
when
how many
half of them think
emails I
you faked it.
receive,
Not when
how
half
many
of them think you
people
faked it, ma'am. Not at all.
it
Not when
Okay,
doesn't
half of them think
matter.
you
hold on,
faked it.
It
lady
Not at
does
Snoop.
all,
not
ma'am.
matter.
Okay,
This ain't the beef
hold
section.
on, hold on, you guys, because I don't want y'all to
Right.
be up here arguing. I really don't.
I don't
I
like
don't have.
it. I don't. I hate that when Lady Snoop start arguing with somebody.
I don't
She's
want.
being petty for attention. She wants to get a sound bite and a clip so she can cut it out, running on her channel and like,
No,
ooh,
because I
look,
like
I
Lady
argue with
Snoop,
Mona
but even
Simone.
she got into it with
Otherwise,
my friend before, and it's
if
like,
if
hey,
if
no
they're
matter what,
Excuse me, Ratchet. What did
work
you
out.
just say? I'm
No
sorry,
matter where
Ratchet. What
we
did you
go,
just say?
I said
Well,
that
I'm
he.
sorry, Ratchet. What did you just say? You don't like when I yell and scream over people.
I don't like.
Excuse me? But I was talking and she overspoke me. And
No,
you
I
didn't say
didn't
nothing
speak
to her though,
over
right?
people, boo. I didn't
Yeah, but
talk
yeah,
over
but I caught
people.
that shade though. And
No,
I'm
you
not
didn't
from
hear
the
it
beef
right.
sector. I'm from Snoopers Island. It's
I
the
You
didn't
didn't
difference,
hear
even
the.
think
sweetheart.
you
You didn't
said
hear the.
It's
You
the
didn't hear the
difference,
talking over
sweetheart.
sweetheart.
people. I thought you were saying
I
when she
didn't say
starts
talking
No,
yelling
he
and
over
said
stuff.
I
people.
don't like when Lady Snoop
No,
Starts
yells
I
over
yelling,
people.
said when
He
Lady
not
said my
Snoop
over
start
name.
people,
And it
arguing.
not
wasn't yelling
over
over you when
people.
I was
I
talking
didn't
Yeah,
and you
say
were
she,
that,
cutting me
you
Lady
off.
know,
Snoop.
Hey,
I
that
hey,
And
that
I
hey,
don't
poor
need
guys,
no,
baby
I
ain't
don't
hey,
need
done
no
hey,
yet.
hey.
attention on your story.
Yusuf,
At
that
the
poor
end of the
baby
day,
ain't done.
I don't
She,
have to
you
agree with
know,
any of that thing
no,
y'all have
no,
going
you
on
don't have to
YouTube.
agree
So
because
don't tell me what
it's not your
comments I
place to
can leave.
agree.
Period. I'm a grown ass woman. Ain't
Have
nobody
a good
checking me.
morning, Snoop.
You have a
Have a good
great one.
morning. You're
And
Lady
you
welcome
have a
to
Snoop,
great one.
leave.
all
Bye
I
And you have
bye.
a
said, I
great one.
didn't say what you thought. You didn't hear what I said. I said that
She that baby
I
stunk.
don't like when Lady Snoop start arguing with people.
Right.
That's what I
That's
said.
what you said.
I said
Exactly.
I don't like when Lady Snoop starts arguing with people.
Because she
That's
has
what
so
I
much more to
said.
offer.
She's a nice person.
Hold on. We're not going to continue to talk about her behind her back while she's not on the panel.
Well,
Yeah,
she
Okay.
we
left out
definitely
when
weren't going to
No,
say anything
no.
negative.
She
chaos.
said goodbye, so I let her. So I put her out the
Okay,
That
so
queue.
was uncalled
let
So
for.
thank
let's
you for
go
that.
on.
Let me say this real
Okay.
quick and then that'll finalize that. So every time that I speak about it, it's because other people have brought it up. Most of the time that people bring it up, if you noticed yesterday, I didn't address it. Yet it was rampant in the comments. So I'm not going out of my way to bring it up. But every now and again I will address it, especially if I'm seeing a lot of new people say, like, it's people that don't even know me, wasn't even around when it happened, but they're still insisting that I created this hoax. No one that came to the internet and said it was a hoax actually knew me in real life, nor were they here. Like, they don't even know what they're talking about. So people are literally listening to people who sat around and created this narrative in their head and they're running with a false narrative.
Well, they should
But
listen to
what
you.
I did when I got out of the hospital, and I wouldn't normally do this, and I wouldn't advise anybody else to do this, but because I had people that supported me, that were sad, crying, people were saying, what happened? Did it really happen? Some people are unsure because when you hear a whole bunch of people saying it's a lie, it's like it might be a lie because all these people, quantity means nothing. 1,000 people can tell a lie on one person easily, especially when money and fame is involved. But
Right.
so I went online and I on a video, I showed my driver's license, my social security card, because people were saying my name wasn't my name. I know it's pretty, but that is actually my name, Mona Simone. That's my first name. I don't use my last name because I just brand under Mona Simone.
Right.
So Mona Simone, and then I showed all of my discharge paperwork. I showed my diagnosis, what happened. Like, it's literally saying on the paper, suicide attempt, syncope, low heart rate, like all of this. I called the hospital, spoke with the lady on the phone about it and billing in detail about what happened and why my bill was so high because it was very, very high. Y'all know how that be.
Mhm.
And then I also showed all my degrees because they said all of my degrees were fake. I showed them. I crossed out my alma mater, Somebody found out my alma mater, tried to call, so my alma mater had to put a protection on my record. So now when people call, they won't verify for them. I have to call them ahead of time and say, "Hey, I'm applying for this job." They might be calling to verify. It got that bad. Like, you calling my school trying to get my degree somehow affected, as if I've done something wrong in my industry. And I've literally not done nothing to these people. I have never lied on these internet streets. Everything that I have presented about myself has been absolutely true. Do you know everything about me? Heck no, you ain't supposed to. But everything that you do know that came from my mouth was absolutely true. I'm not scared of shit on 2 feet, 4 feet, or eight. I don't have a reason to lie. I never have, but let these people tell it. I'm a scammer, I'm a drug addict, and everything else. Like, it's crazy. But I, long time ago, proved that it was incorrect, that it was a lie. I left that video up for almost a year before I privated all of my videos and was on hiatus. So it makes no sense. And Lady Snoop, oh, no, 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 sorry, not Lady Snoop, in general, I feel like what people do is a reflection on them, and how we respond is a reflection on us. People speak from their biases, from their own anger, from their own experience, and what they're going through. So I don't take it personal. I just don't like
Right.
being yelled at, because I'm grown with grown kids. So you ain't finna yell at me, especially if you was in front of my face. You wouldn't be
I
yelling
mean,
at me like,
I would have actually let her talk longer if she didn't start getting that upset. But it's the middle of the night, and I have kids
Yeah.
in my house,
She
yeah,
didn't even let me
so and
finish
I'm on a
because I never
computer, so you
said
can hear
nothing
it.
about her cutting people off.
I
We
know.
all work on that, trying not to cut each other off, and
Mhm.
everybody knows that. I said that I don't like when she starts arguing because sometimes it'd be a good discussion and Lady Snoop will come and still argue,
Right.
and it wasn't that. This ain't the beef sector, and that's all I was saying. I know she used to dragging people, and I still support her and always be over there on the island. But to come up here and to act like somebody's starting with you when you're the one starting with somebody, because at the end of the day, we're
Okay,
trying to lower suicide prevention, and
all
this is
right,
what's
all right,
important. You know,
Right. And
right.
it's helpful for people. Like, I used to keep a lot of stuff like that private when I suffered mentally, because I was known as a strong friend. People came to me. I was a life coach. Everything I went through in my life, I had to eat it up and keep it to myself.
right,
Not only that, I had to carry the burden of knowing everything everybody else was going through, that came to me, that confided in me. And a lot of things, a lot of times I couldn't do nothing to help them, and I couldn't do nothing to help myself with being ear. And they thought I was so strong, and they look to me for like that beacon of hope. And when people are depending on you to be that anchor, that beacon of hope, it's so hard to let them down, because you don't want to let them see you crumble, because they might crumble with you. And I can
Right.
take the weight of myself crumbling, but I can't take the weight of thousands of people crumbling because of me. So a lot of things I wouldn't speak about, because I didn't want people to feel bad for me and start feeling bad for themselves, or feel it like, it's sort of like when people make shit couple goals. Me and Michelle used to always tell people, don't make us couple goals. Make us lifestyle goals. Because we can make it.
Uh oh, we lost some sound.
she probably got
Yusuf,
another call. She probably got
oh
a, but it's about raising awareness about the SP, the S prevention,
yeah.
And so no matter how many times somebody want to speak about their story, you have a right to speak about their story, and especially when you're in a safe place and invited and asked about it. That's all I'm
I
saying.
think so too, and that's one thing that I was afraid of. I don't want her to feel like she's not in a safe space to be able to share her story over here because
Hmm.
somebody is saying what they're tired of hearing. I understand, if somebody have heard a story before and they're like, but that could possibly mean that you checking a little bit too much for that person, and
Hear
that's
me?
why you keep hearing the same story over and over again because you keep checking for the same person over and over again.
Right.
Hmm.
So
You're
I
just
mean,
And
I'm
I've never,
yeah.
and if I hear something, I can't imagine just feeling so angry that from somebody telling what they went through, that I'm like, I'm tired of hearing your story. Like, I don't have to subject myself to their story. If I feel like I've heard it enough, or it's affected me in a side way, I can keep going
right.
and check in on them another day. That is a sign. Let me tell you something. When I was at my unhappiest, it was easy for me to get online, curse people out. I don't never think I took it too far, and I never started anything. It was always in defense of myself, but it was easy for me to go there with people. I was miserable in life. When people come at me and they're yelling at me and for no reason and they're saying all this hateful stuff, I know it's because they're internally unhappy. Their growth is stunted. If they worked on themselves, they will feel better.
I want to make this
It,
clear. We're
nobody
not
that's
talking about
happy,
Lady Snoop TV. We're
right?
talking about
In
general.
general,
Just to make
because
this clear.
yes, that has been what I have been preaching. Self-care, inner happiness. Because when you're happy, you don't wake up in the morning and decide to attack anyone. You don't, when you're happy, you see things through the perception of happiness. You try to see the bright side and the positive side. You try to be encouraging, uplifting. When you're dark and you're depressed and you're sad or you're miserable, you spew that out. You give what's in your heart. So when they speak, they don't realize they reveal so much about themselves that they don't even know. And
This is
so they
true.
have my pity, but they do not have my respect.
This is true. I always say you can't disparage somebody without disparaging yourself. That's a fact.
Yep. But I appreciate you for allowing me to say that again on your platform because that happened in 2019. And as you
Right.
saw yesterday, people are still trying to accuse me of that, still trying to attach that to my name. There are still over 2,700 videos about that. I shared on Kimmy's platform, we were talking about the cancel campaign that I went through. And I shared with her, y'all know I got my MBA in project management in 2019. And I never
Mhm.
said this for a long time because I didn't want people to know that they were affecting me in any type of way. But I was applying for new jobs as a project manager, and I recently stopped looking because I want to figure some things out with attorneys so that I can get that taken care of and get the proper 8-figure job that I deserve, right? But I
Mhm.
remember applying for jobs and I wasn't getting far. And my resume is like impeccable. Like I got recommendations and everything. I'm a senior fraud analyst. I worked for the same bank for 8 years. Like in real life, I low key kind of do my thing, right?
Mhm.
So when I'm not getting calls or when I get calls and it gets to the review stage, I'm not getting called back. Something is off. So finally, I get another declination letter from another corporation, and I requested a meeting with the lady, the hiring manager, and she took it. And I said, "Could you tell me, what it is about my resume or me that didn't qualify me for the position? Because by the time you get to that point where they finna review, you pretty much a shoe in, or you only got very little competition. And I know my resume, I'm smashing out most competition, especially
Right.
because I'm only going after jobs I know I qualify for." And she told me straight up, she said, "I Googled you, to be honest, Mona." And I
Mhm.
tried to tell her, I said, "None of that is true." She said, "You know what?" She said, "I didn't even believe it was true." She said, "But the thing is, if when you're working with clients, and if clients get a hold of that, the controversy alone could affect our company and our brand. That's why we wouldn't want to be associated with it, even if it's not true." And she gave me some advice on how to clear it up. And I'm definitely going to do that. I didn't even know you can
Thank you
hire.
for plugging Mona Simone on Bigo, A Rob. I appreciate that.
Thank you. I didn't even know you can hire an attorney to wipe stuff like that from the internet without litigation. So
Oh yeah. It
I'm
just
gonna
costs a hell of a lot of money.
yes, oh my gosh. But I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. And I'm also looking into litigation against Google YouTube because there are still over 2,700 videos up about me. Many of them doxing my personal information like my phone, my kids' names, addresses. People had funerals after they knew I was alive mocking me. And me and my team made over 300 reports to Google about the situation, and they only responded to three. They only took down like I may be off a little bit, maybe it was a little bit more than that, but it
Mhm.
wasn't much. It was a handful compared to the reports that were made. But Google has a policy against doxing, cyberbullying, and harassment and privacy, but they allowed all that stuff to stay up. And I sought legal
Yeah, I
advice.
don't know what's going on with YouTube. They've got to be backed up.
Yeah,
Super
but this
Chungo
out
Lun. Yes, you can
before.
follow Mona Simone on YouTube. I don't know if she's on Bigo, but you can follow
Yeah,
her
Mona
on
Simone
YouTube.
ATL everywhere. I haven't done any Vigo videos yet, but I'm Mona Simone ATL everywhere. Simone with the Y. That like it is below the screen.
Simone with a Y,
TikTok,
Symoney.
Instagram, Twitter, in YouTube. It's my URL in YouTube. YouTube.com// Mona Simone ATL. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I gotta join the
But
family.
I'm rambling, y'all. But that's what I wanted to say, and I appreciate y'all, both of y'all.
We gotta join
Absolutely.
families over there to make that bag.
On Bigo.
Hmm.
You know what's so confusing for me for Bigo? I think it might be my Asperger's, but the screen with all the stuff popping on the screen, like the comments at the bottom, stuff popping
Yeah.
up, bought this, flowers that.
It's like
I
an arcade.
can't. I know. And I used to be a gamer, but when I try to watch a video, is there a way to take it off the screen and
Yeah,
just
you
watch
just
the video?
swipe the screen to the right, and it all that'll
Oh,
disappear.
you a
Oh,
lifesaver. Because
okay.
I have not been watching so many of my friends' videos because I'm like, I can't do it. It makes me neurotic. I cannot watch all that stuff popping up on the screen.
It's a spell.
Yeah. And I
Yeah,
don't like to be mindfucked.
you literally just have to swipe your screen. But I thoroughly enjoy Bigo. I really do. I enjoy because I've learned how to stay away from the mess. And ever
Uh-huh.
since Nature Boy has left, I feel like it's a lot less chaotic. And so I'm really been enjoying it. I just stay out of all the bullshit. But other
Gotcha.
than that, I enjoy watching it. I've been having a good time with it, honey.
Yeah. I think, like maybe 10 years from now, a lot of people are going to look back on the things and the way that they behaved on the internet. It didn't even take me 10 years. It took me to heal. And I look back on that time when I was out here cutting up, getting in the mud with people just because they call, just for somebody call for you don't mean you got to come, right? And
Right.
I could tell you when people ask me, do I have any regrets? Ultimately, my answer is it gave me so much growth. I'd hate to regret it. But if I'm just being human, the one thing that I do kind of hate about it is that I actually did those things. When it's on the internet, it's on the internet forever. So forever
Mhm.
people will be able to see me cussing people out. I don't care how cool my drags are. That's not a good look for a woman of my, I don't grow old because I'm ageless and immortal. But just for a woman of my statue, that's not a good look.
You
That's
need to
so
start
Yeah,
putting the
it's
embarrassing.
date.
not. It's
That's
You need
not.
so
to start putting the
That's
embarrassing.
why
date
I
on
said,
our
as a
videos.
woman of my caliber
Mm-hmm.
and what I'm trying to become, I'll be damned if I sit on the internet doing it. I'm not finna do it.
Hear me? It
What
looks
if we put
horrible.
the date on
It
there?
really does.
What if we put the date on the video?
Yeah, so they can see we've grown.
They be on there, yeah,
The
but
date is on there. All you gotta
but
do is press the down button.
people gonna judge you. People gonna well, they don't read the description boxes, so I'm
Well,
sure they
that's on
probably
them.
ain't.
That's not my fault. The impaired.
Yeah. Mm-mm-mm.
But
But I'm
Mona,
glad I'm
I
past.
appreciate you. Yusuf, did you guys have anything else to say?
No,
Because
that's
gonna
it.
end the
I
video.
do.
Okay,
I
that's
do.
awesome, and we'll talk later. Okay.
All right,
Love you,
babe.
Yusuf. Love you
I
too.
love
I
Talk.
you.
love
Talk to
you.
y'all
Love
later.
you.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Yusuf. I really appreciate you for connecting those dots for me because I'm telling you the mess. It'd be the mess for me.
Right. I'm about
And
to
I
do it. I'm
cannot.
not done. I got more thoughts, and I'm doing the after show.
Okay, I'll be over there.
All right. And bye, T Hype. Movie night. Bye, y'all. I see y'all soon. Love y'all, T
Bye,
High.
Yusuf. Love you, baby. Uh-oh. I didn't mean to cut you off early. Sorry. Love
You
you.
just cut off the last bye. I said bye bye.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye. Oh, and I did it again. Ciao. Okay, guys. So listen, man. I'm not. I know that you guys have seen a lot from me. You guys have seen, me go through my stages here on YouTube. You have seen me be up, be down, be all around. You guys have seen me be chaotic and be straight and neurotic and all this other stuff. But listen, we are a people. If you're not growing, then you're not glowing. You know what I'm saying? People, I understand that you guys like mess for entertainment purposes, but ain't no way in hell that you guys feel like it's okay to live in that type of shit every single day. It's just not. For you guys to want to start shit in other people's lives and other people's friendships so that you can be entertained, it's just not. For you to, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all got to at one point or another, you guys have got to learn how to get new content. Search for other things to be entertained by because there's a lot of entertaining shit out here other than mess all day. Okay? All right, y'all. So peace and love, and I will see you guys later on today. I will be live again on T High Movie Night. I'm not going live nowhere else on YouTube all week unless I get my hours, but on T High Movie Night. So I'll see y'all later.